You're listening to We're Talking Sports with Ben Burns and Richie Donnell. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, without further ado, Ben Burns and Richie Donnell. All right, everybody. Welcome to We're Talking Sports. First of all, before we start, I got to say a big congratulations to Richie.
Thank you.
Finally graduated yesterday.
Yes, thank you very much.
I don't mean finally, but
yeah. It finally came that day.
Right.
It's finally coming, and your day is right around the corner.
It's but a year from now.
Yeah,
So fingers crossed.
Big celebration.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. I don't like that. Anyways, we got a big day today. I think we're gonna have a pretty fun day. We're gonna try something different.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like fantasy football and stuff. Yep. We're gonna take it to another level. We're gonna draft a football team.
Right.
I'm gonna have my team. You're gonna have your team. But here's the twist: instead of having all the active NFL players, it's just gonna be from the NFC North.
Yep.
The division we know the best.
Right.
Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions.
Yep. And probably the division that our listeners know the best because most of them are from this area as well.
It's the right region. And, okay, now I need my headphones back on. Okay. All right. And so it's going to be 56 rounds.
Yep.
And the reason it's 56, 53 players.
Yep. Head
coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator.
Yep.
No special teams coordinator.
Right.
If you want to draft a special teams coordinator, you can.
You can.
It's just got to be a head coach.
Yeah.
Before
we get into this,
okay.
Did you see Odor versus Batista yesterday?
I did see that.
Well, okay. I understand. Odor is going to get suspended. It's not going to be pretty. It's probably going to be at least a 10 game. I was talking to Brett last night about that, and we came to the agreement it's probably going to be around 10, 15 games. Because, I mean, that punch was clean. I mean, it looked like a boxing match.
It was a great punch.
Odor just squared up and clobbered him.
Mm-hmm.
The rules, to me, I was thinking about this on my way over here. The rules for baseball, they're trying to make it safer. So you have this new Chase Utley rule of guys sliding and whatnot.
Yeah.
So now with this new rule, I think already this year we're seeing more guys push and shove each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in football, a lot of people are upset with the rules being safer because it's taking away from the game. But now with baseball, they're trying to make it safer. And I think it's adding excitement to the game because if you're at a game like that, I mean, how are you not excited seeing benches clear, guys throwing punches at each other? I think even though the rules are meant to protect the players, I think this is going to create excitement for baseball again because more guys are going to be sensitive to these rules.
Sure.
Where it's going to be like, hey, you don't slide in close like that. Get off me,
All
and
right.
see what we saw yesterday.
Very, very exciting.
Another quick thing. I want to know, what is your take on guys, since we're on, like you said, graduation. This weekend, a lot of guys went back and graduated. I mean, we saw Russell Wilson did the commencement speech for Wisconsin. They showed Buddy Hield at his graduation.
Yep.
Randall Cobb graduated.
Larry Fitzgerald.
And Robert Woods, the receiver for the Buffalo Bills. We see so many guys fail in life because they don't know how to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe for the players, for the owners, for whoever, will we ever see it become where guys need to be college graduates in order to go to a professional sports league? Or is that something that they should look at? They shouldn't look at?
I think what you're thinking of is I think this is a character issue.
Okay.
Like, I mean, obviously Russell Wilson did come into the NFL, graduated, but guys like Cobb and Fitzgerald didn't.
Right.
So I think almost through the draft process, if you're talking to a guy who left early, I'd want to say, so why'd you leave early?
Right, as a part of the interview process.
Yeah.
Or see if, hey, are you interested in going back and taking summer classes?
Well, I mean, I don't think you should be that straightforward because I think no matter what they're going to say, oh, yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah.
I think if you ask them, why didn't you graduate?
Right.
If they're a good person, I think they're going to say, well, it's because of this, but I will go back and graduate. That is part of the plan.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I'm all for, the NBA allowing high schoolers to go just because I think if they believe that they're ready, that should be an option for them. I don't think anybody should be forced to go into college if they don't feel that college isn't for them. College isn't for everybody. So I think that they should have that choice. But I agree with you. I think it does come down to character. And one of the Kemba Walker is a notable one for me. When he did declare, he said the only reason I'm declaring early as a junior is because I graduated in 3 years. If I didn't graduate, I would have went back to school.
Yeah.
I mean, that speaks volume to who he is. But it's good to see these guys go back. And, another one, Amon Green was a big one where it was like 8 or 9 years into his NFL career, finally went back and graduated. And like you said, I mean, that speaks to character
for sure
to these guys. Have you been paying attention to the basketball news? Frank Vogel to the Knicks. Did you see that?
Did he get officially hired?
He did not get hired, but he met with Phil. And then Nate McMillan is now the Pacers coach. I don't know much about McMillan. I mean, from his time in Portland, you probably know a little bit more being a Mavs fan about what he's done in Portland. I mean, what has McMillan?
Really that was a pretty good Blazers team. Really, the only thing that kept them down was injuries.
Yeah, Brandon Roy.
And the selection of Greg Oden.
Right.
So, I like Nate McMillan. I've always been wondering how he didn't become a head coach for a long time. He's been an assistant for Team USA for a while, too. But, I mean, with Indiana, he was an assistant with Indiana this entire time. So, usually I'm okay with people hiring in-house. And I have no problem with this because I think the Pacers are still a very good team. I'm surprised they didn't rehire or bring back Vogel.
Right.
There must have been some issue with him and Larry Bird.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And I think, that team when, Indiana was the 1 seed, and they pretty much absolutely just fell apart, or imploded.
Yep.
That second half of the year.
Right.
I feel like the relationship hasn't been the same since.
Yeah. What do you think about Karl Anthony Towns? I think it was either early this morning or last night. Was voted unanimous.
Unanimous. I'm very surprised.
Okay. That's what I wanted to find. I mean, were you shocked? Did you think that somebody else should have won Rookie of the Year, or should he have won it and just not been unanimous?
No, I think he should have won. Okay. I think looking both at stats and developmentally, he was the best player. Throughout the entire year.
Right.
I thought Porzingis should have gotten some kind of consideration.
Okay, he finished second, and I think what hurt him the most was the way that he started the year, and then he hit that rookie wall pretty hard.
That's what I'm saying. Karl Anthony Towns was definitely the most consistent.
Right. Yeah, and not even just that, but I mean, before the draft last year, we always heard about, Jahlil Okafor has to go number 1. He was, the top player in the country, just the things that he could do. But I think because people didn't watch, maybe didn't watch Kentucky, or because Kentucky was so loaded that Towns didn't get the exposure, Karl Anthony Towns is a good basketball player. And, before the draft, Chuck had asked me, he goes, is it crazy if Karl Anthony Towns goes number 1? I said, don't be surprised if Karl Anthony Towns surpasses Jahlil Okafor potential-wise and ends up as having a better NBA career, just because he is truly that gifted. And now that they have the rookie year, I mean, what do you see for Minnesota? Are they a potential threat?
Their arrow is pointed way up.
Yeah.
And it has a lot to do with the hiring of Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, I agree. Great hire.
I mean, they are definitely one of the most talented teams in the West, and that's saying something. Because there are a lot of good teams in that conference right now. But, with Towns, Wiggins, Levine, even Rubio.
Yep.
I mean, he's a good player. Gorgie Jang,
yeah.
They're stacked.
Yeah.
So.
And there's the possibility of everybody saying that, they need shooting, that the possibility is that they end up going and getting Buddy Hield in this upcoming draft. And to add that to a team that's already as athletic and young as they are. I mean, a deadly shooter like Buddy Hield just opens that roster.
They definitely need a shooter.
Opens up that roster even more.
That's priority number one.
So this past week was the NBA Combine. Probably not many people watched that. But the draft process this year has been changed dramatically where all these guys can declare, go to the combine, do the private workouts, and still go back to school.
Yeah.
Is this something the NFL should look at, do you think?
No.
No? Not
I don't like this rule.
You don't? I think it's fantastic. I actually have really enjoyed it. What the kid from Kansas, Chiek Diallo, officially declared because he went and nobody had ever seen him participate because he was only getting like 10 minutes a game at Kansas because Kansas was a loaded team. So he went to the combine. He's torn it up, and now he's possibly a first-round pick because he's been given a chance to actually play and do things in front of scouts. I mean, you don't think that that'd be something that the NFL should look at where guys can go in and maybe showcase their ability?
No, because in my opinion, this hurts the colleges because, if there's one guy who declares as a freshman or sophomore and decides to come back after the combine, I'm the head coach of this team saying, oh, well, what the heck? Mm-hmm. The relationship would never be the same. Because it's like, okay, well, you just decided you want to leave us, but then you realize you're not good enough.
Well, do you think that a coach can also look at the situation depending upon the hiring or not hiring of an agent? If a kid doesn't hire an agent, that means that he's not stuck in the draft. So you have that understanding that there is a possibility that he is coming back.
To me, you're either in or out.
Okay.
I feel like this gray area of not hiring an agent, it's just like, oh, what the heck?
Right.
Now that Nigel Hayes is, he went to the combine and
he's been awful. I mean, from everything that I've read, he has just been terrible.
I thought it was a complete joke that he went in because the way he played against Notre Dame. I'm not. Well,
Nigel Hayes' whole season has just been
if I'm
awful.
an NBA team, I'm not touching him.
Right. And I actually read an article written by Chad Ford, who's the NBA guy on ESPN, that was talking about there was 2 guys in the NBA that were at the combine that hurt their stock. And the way that he explained it was at a combine like this, really all you're doing is playing basketball because they run those 5-on-5 scrimmage games.
Yep.
You do your vertical, you do your agility testing, things like that. Simple things that really can't hurt you because the scouts already know what you are. But Melo Trimble and Nigel Hayes were the 2 guys that found a way to hurt themselves. And that, when Nigel Hayes said he was going, I didn't understand it.
Right.
I mean, that just, to me, with the way that Wisconsin does things, I would feel like most guys usually take off in their senior year at Wisconsin. He, was a freshman when he hit the scene as the 6th man of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But I feel like senior
Since
year,
then,
he just
nothing.
It has been nothing. So we're talking sports, and I don't know how much NASCAR you watch.
Okay.
But the winner this weekend is a Wisconsin native. So Matt Kenseth, who's been around forever, won this weekend. So wanted to give a shout out to the good old hometown boy and get some love for Wisconsin out there.
He's a great athlete.
Yeah, he really knows how to drive a car. Which, surprisingly, during the ESPYs, Jimmy Johnson was nominated for Best Male Athlete a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I don't remember who it was, but one of the other athletes that was in the running with him made a comment about how NASCAR drivers aren't athletes. And this athlete, from fans of NASCAR, just got hammered by these people that apparently the people that love NASCAR really believe that these guys are tremendous, tremendous athletes.
Okay.
I don't get it, but I know you're getting antsy, so let's get into this
all right. Yeah.
NFC draft here.
NFC North draft. Okay, I'm going to find a coin here.
Okay.
So we can flip.
All right. I think I know who's going to go number 1 or 2. It just depends who's going to go number 1 and who's going to go number 2. I think it just depends on who wins this coin flip here.
I can't find a coin.
Let's see if I have one in my wallet. I got a penny.
That works. All right. I'll let you call it.
Okay. Tails never fails.
All right. And it is tails.
It is tails.
All right. So this is how it's just going to be you, me, you, me. It's not going to be.
How are we going to write this down?
I got it.
Oh, okay. All right, so with the number 1 overall pick in the NFC North divisional draft,
All right.
Richie Donnell selects Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback.
All right. All right. So you took Rodgers.
Yep.
I think that was both of our picks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the next best available. And go with Adrian Peterson.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Jay Cutler when you said next best available.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I assumed that those would be number 1 and number 2 regardless.
Yeah.
It just mattered which one of us ended up drafting number 1 and which one of us drafted
All right.
number 2. As the second pick, I'm trying to look here. I didn't get in all the research.
Goodness.
All the research that you got. I'm gonna take. I'm trying to look at the defenses here too.
Just for the audience, just assume these teams. We're gonna be with these teams for a while.
Yes,
and
right.
Also, like, salary doesn't matter. So, like, if
Right. So Aaron Rodgers
can't
is
say,
$25 million.
yeah, you can't say you're over the cap.
Yep.
No, we're playing it cool. Or like, oh, this guy's in his last year. Doesn't matter.
I think this is gonna be. This is a little high, maybe a little high for him.
All right.
But I'm looking potential wise here.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This might shock you a little bit. I'm gonna go with Ziggy Ansah.
Okay. He was very high on my list.
He's a raw athlete, and you need to get to the quarterback.
Okay.
And to me, he's the best guy in the division that at doing that.
All right. I'm gonna go Clay Matthews.
Okay. I thought about taking Clay, but since you took one backer, I'm going to take another, and I'm going to give Aaron Rodgers his favorite target, coming off an injury, Jordy Nelson.
Okay.
And go completely deep.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm going to play in the 3-4 defense.
Okay.
And so if Clay Matthews is one of my outside linebackers, I need another guy. I want him coming both sides. So I'm going to go with Anthony Barr.
Okay, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. My pick was Ziggy Ansah, solidified me as a 4-3 because as a defensive
I was going to have Ansah opposite of Clay.
As an outside linebacker.
That was my dream situation.
Okay. Well, I'm committing to the 4-3 with Ansah as a as a hand in the dirt defensive end.
All right.
So I'm going to take his teammate DeAndre Levy as my outside linebacker.
Okay.
Which I think he's an absolute stud.
Oh, okay. You're in a 4-3. You're in a 4-3.
Yes,
okay.
yeah. No, but I'm running the 4-3.
All right.
I think he's an absolute stud, and too many people look over DeAndre Levy.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go with the best offensive lineman in the draft, Kyle Long. And I don't know where I'm going to play him yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that was the conversation that we actually had
Yeah.
talking about this.
He can
play anywhere.
I think he can play all 5 positions.
He probably could. I mean, he's just that gifted of an athlete.
I got to keep track of the rounds. Okay, so there's been 4 rounds so far.
All right.
Round 5.
So round 5, I'm going to take who I believe is the second best offensive lineman, and I'm going to take another Packer, Josh Sitton.
All right. Wow, a lot of Packers.
I think he's the best guard in the division.
Okay. Ooh. All right. So the 3-4 defense, to me, the pass rushers are the most important.
Yep.
What's the second most important part?
In the defense?
3-4 defense.
Oh, probably I'm going to go with your run stuffer outside of your...
Yep, and the run stuffer, most important run stuffer is the nose.
Yep.
Need a good nose, so I'm going with Haloti Nada.
That is a fantastic pick. Since I'm going to try to load up here.
Has there been any Bears pick? Oh, I picked Kyle Long.
You picked Kyle Long. So I'm going to address the offensive line here as I went with Josh Sitton. As my right tackle, I'm going to take Phil Lodo from the Minnesota Vikings.
I'll be honest, I didn't even have him on my draft board.
He's an Oklahoma guy. I think he's solid. He's
See,
he's not the blindside guy,
okay.
but he can make room for the running game. And when I get a running back,
okay, that leaves me with options. Let's see here. Okay, I'll pick a lineman. I don't know if he's gonna play left tackle right away, but he's definitely gonna be left tackle in my future.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Taylor Decker.
Okay, that's a very respectable pick.
And Richie's getting a call.
Yep, from my roommate.
Oh.
What's up?
Put him on speaker.
What?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that. My roommate called. Only ever calls when there's an emergency, so I assumed something was wrong, like our house was on fire.
All right. Did you have the last pick? Did you just pick Load Holt?
You picked somebody after that, I thought. Didn't you pick Ngata?
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay.
You
So
picked
you're up.
Ngata right
Yep,
after me.
you're up. You're
All
up.
right, so I'm going to take your outside linebacker, Anthony Barr's teammate, as my inside guy, Eric Kendricks. I was extremely impressed with him and the way that he played last year. I really, really like him as a player.
All right. Okay. I think this team. Obviously, I'm not going to have a quarterback like Rodgers.
Right.
So I'm going to need a really good mentor for this guy. So for my head coach, I'm picking Mike McCarthy.
All right. So that means I know where you're going with your quarterback situation. So for me, I think I'm gonna stay on the defensive side here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take who I believe is the best safety in the division, and that's Harrison Smith.
All right.
As my quarterback of the secondary.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta get a good receiver in here, so I'm gonna pick Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, that's exactly where I was going with this next pick too.
All right.
Well, since you took Jeffrey, and your running back, you already have Adrian Peterson, who's by far and above the best. He's not. I don't think he's the second best quite yet, but he's a weapon. Versatility. Right. I'm going to take Jeremy Langford as my running back because of the way that he can catch the ball. A great option for Rodgers to be able to get out.
Okay then. Okay, I got Adrian Peterson as a running back. I don't think Peterson. I want Peterson to be in this league for a long time.
Yeah.
So he needs another guy. So it's gonna be Peterson Lacey.
Ooh.
We are gonna be a run first team.
I was debating Eddie Lacy, but then I thought about Rodgers does like his check down options, and Langford gives him that. So as I need to be able to protect Rodgers, as Green Bay has not been able to do. I am gonna take the second best guard in this division, and that's TJ Lang.
All right.
So Sitton and Lang, I think, could be the best guard combo in the league.
Okay.
To have that is impressive.
Okay, so we're at the 10th pick of the draft.
Yep.
Now for me, all right, I'm gonna have to go with another receiver, and I am going to go with Laquan Treadwell.
Okay. As my left tackle, he struggled a bit this year. Rookie year was great. This year was not so much. But I'm going to put a lot of faith in Matt Khalil as my protector for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. I'm gonna go with O-line too. I'm gonna go with the best center in this draft and one of the best in the league, Corey Linsley.
Okay. Yeah, oh, that's a bold statement. Best in the league as
I think
undrafted rookie last year.
He wasn't undrafted. He was okay. It was his second year.
Oh, second year last year. Okay.
Yeah.
He was drafted.
And
they did draft him
like 4th round.
I didn't think that they actually drafted him.
Yeah.
to stay on the same plane as you, I'm going to go with center as well. But I'm going to go with Sullivan as my
Jonathan
center.
Sullivan, okay.
Yep.
All right. I think I'm going to go back on defense here. Let's see. I think... All right. I need a shutdown corner here, so I'm going to pick Kyle Fuller.
Okay. As every great receiver needs a combo guy on the opposite side of the field, I'm going to take who I think is the best number 2 wide receiver in this division. That's Golden Tate. To have him opposite of
Okay.
Jordy. Golden Tate as a number 2 receiver to me he's not a number 1, but as a number 2 is very good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go... This is one of my favorite players on the Packers. And I respect this guy so much. Mike Daniels.
Okay.
Oh, I love him. And he's my captain. He's my captain.
He's your team captain.
He is my team captain.
Okay. To fill out my receiving core, I wanted a guy to go deep. I want a guy running around the middle, which is Golden Tate. And my short guy, another guy that Aaron Rodgers loves, Randall Cobb.
All right. I knew I was taking a risk not picking him, so. Okay. Like I said, I want my quarterback to have the best group of mentors around him. Yep. So, for my offensive coordinator, I'm picking Jim Caldwell.
Okay. Opposite, I'm going to go... Actually, you know what, here. I'm going to stay in the same train as you. I'm going to take John Fox as my head coach, as I think he's tremendous in turning that Chicago team around.
Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Yeah, it's probably time to draft another receiver. I got to go with a slot guy here, Stephon Diggs.
Okay, that's a great pick. I really like Stephon Diggs. To stay on the common trend here, we are going to be the best defense in the league, and Mike Zimmer is going to be my defensive coordinator.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see here. I'm going to go with Clinton Dix.
Okay.
And this is no joke.
Yeah, he's very good safety. Opposite of Ziggy Ansah, I'm going to go with Everson Griffin as my other defensive end.
Interesting. Okay. It's probably time to pick my quarterback now. So, I'll go with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yep. As soon as you picked McCarthy and said that he needed a mentor, I knew exactly...
That would be pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
Having McCarthy and Jim Caldwell, mentor Teddy Bridgewater. Oof. And then he's got Peterson and Lacey. Oof.
I'm gonna take, like you said, McCarthy is a very good quarterback coach, and he obviously developed Rodgers. Mm-hmm. So now that I have John Fox, a defensive-minded coach, Aaron Rodgers does need a quarterback whisperer. And the quarterback whisperer, North Turner, is going to fill out my coaching staff. North Turner, laugh. No. But North Turner is a fantastic offensive coordinator.
I had him number 1 for offensive coordinators on my list. If I didn't pick Caldwell,
you would have took North Turner.
But Rodgers doesn't need North Turner.
No. I'm not saying he does. It just so happens that's.
All right.
They called Caldwell Turner the.
Okay, I want my D-line. My D-line's got Mike Daniels and Haloti Ngata right now.
Yep.
I want big guys. Sharif Floyd is a big guy.
Yes, he is.
All right.
I really need to address the secondary here, so I think I'm just kind of looking. I'm gonna take. I'm thinking about going with Sam Shields.
That was my corner here. Okay. All right. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I was going to pick Sam Shields because I want another really good cornerback. And this cornerback class isn't looking too deep.
No.
So I'm going to pick a guy who I originally put at safety, but I think he could maybe be moved around a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit at safety, a little bit at corner. That's Glover Quinn.
That was who I was going to pick. I was going to take him as my other safety. Dang you. All right. All right, well, I'll continue the up front and almost finish out my front four here. My first defensive tackle, I'm going to take the guy opposite of who you picked, with Sharif Floyd. I'm going to take Lavenel Joseph as my first inside D tackle.
Okay. Yeah. So my wide receiver group, it's got a lot of potential, I think you could say. Some people would say Alshon Jeffrey, maybe he hasn't hit his potential yet. Treadwell, just a rookie. Stephon Diggs, just his rookie year last year. I'm going to go for even more potential. I'm picking Kevin White.
All right. I was never a big fan of Kevin White.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
All right, so we now have 20.
Yes.
We're now through the 20. It went pretty quick.
Yes,
so.
and I'm gonna finish out my my defensive line here with a guy that I was very impressed with. Maybe it's because I really watched Chicago games, but I was very impressed with Eddie Goldman last year, and I'm gonna take him as my other guy inside with Lavenel Joseph.
Not bad. All right. Yeah. So, big problem for the Packers has been inside linebackers.
Yep.
And now that Clay's moving to outside, and that's where I expect Clay to play for me, I need a good inside linebacker, so I'm going to pick Danny Trevathan.
Okay. Let me see here.
Could go long snapper.
I think what I'm going to do is attack a position that Aaron Rodgers also loves to get the ball to. That's tight ends. And I am going to give him the biggest target possible in Kyle Rudolph. And just continue to give Rodgers the weapons that he needs to be successful.
All right. All right. I'm going to go with probably the best available offensive lineman right now, Aaron Boone.
Okay. Alex?
Alex
guy.
Boone. Aaron Boone is a baseball player.
Baseball
player.
player.
Okay. I just had Boone on him.
No, I got you. That's all right.
He's a Viking. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're getting down there.
Yeah.
Well, you said we're in the 20s, right?
This will be the 23rd pick.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna. This is a little bit of a stretch because I don't know how he could play out. How he might be able to play outside linebacker in a 3-4 or in a 4-3, but he's a 3-4 outside linebacker. Pernell McPhee. I'm gonna take a chance on him and see what we.
I think he'd be
because he was a defensive end. Yeah, in a 4-3.
You can put him at defensive end if you want.
But I think I have two stud D ends right now, and I want him. I want him on the field. So.
All right. I think this guy could really do well if he's developed right now. He'll just play backup his first year. Might do a little better eventually. Leonard Floyd.
Okay. As my second corner, you kept talking about potential before.
All right.
My second corner, I'm going to go off of potential here, and I'm going to go with Demarius Randall.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. Alright. Man, yeah, we are getting down there. Okay. I'm going to go with inside linebacker, and I will pick Sam Barrington.
Okay. I'm going to go with my second corner. He's a little bit aged, but offers some veteran experience here.
I thought you already had two corners.
Oh yeah, with Randall. That's right. I'm sorry. I guess it would be a third corner.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Terrence Newman.
Okay. All right. I need a. Ooh. All right. So, this running back class for me, it's not over. It's not done yet.
No, 3 running backs.
Might be 4 at the end of
Holy
the day,
cow.
but Adrian Peterson, Eddie Lacy. I need a burner in this group.
Okay.
Amir Abdullah.
All right. I like that pick for you because he's going to be giving me the ball quite a bit because he likes to fumble. So.
Okay. Well, no, he's not gonna. He's learning from one of the best running backs of all time. So.
All right.
I don't think Peterson fumbled it. Yeah, he had fumbling problems.
He had fumbling problems too.
Not anymore.
Yeah. As my second back, I think you passed on a big possibility here taking Abdullah. I'm going to take McKinnon, who is Adrian Peterson's backup and played very well when Peterson was out with that full year suspension.
Okay. Okay. Playing at my right tackle will be Bobby Massey.
Okay. That's a good pick. Can you see how many offensive linemen I have?
You have Josh Sitton,
Yep.
Khalil, Lang, Sullivan, and Lodehold live.
Okay. I just wanted to see. Another right tackle I'm going to take. This is a pick bearing on health, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, but because I'm not a fan at all.
Okay.
But I'm going to take Bulaga as a right
Brian
tackle.
Bulaga.
Yeah,
Okay.
it disappoints me to make that pick, but
All right. All right. Big guys can get tired real quick, so
yep.
This defensive line is going to be rotational, so I need another defensive lineman. That's going to be Ashawn Robinson.
Okay. That's where you're gonna get me because I don't have the rookie classes up.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna have to do some research here on the rookie. Get the rookie draft.
We should have gotten a draft clock here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like
I'm
10
sorry.
seconds.
10 seconds. Come on.
That's pretty much what I've been doing.
Okay. No, never mind. I thought I had a pick. Yeah. Okay. Here you go. So I picked Kendricks as my inside linebacker. He needs a veteran behind him. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if he's. I think they just cut him. Stephen Tulloch.
Yeah, they did.
He was just cut. Okay, that's what I thought. Let me see. You know what? He played in a 4-3 in college. I'm gonna take Jake Ryan.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm surprised this guy's still available. So maybe he will be able to start at corner, Darius Slay.
Okay. God damn it. I'm trying to see. You're bored, but I mean, I just want to see what I have.
Oh.
That's all I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to see your rankings.
Man.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry.
From a Bears fan.
I just wanna know what I have. Because I think my O line I have all 5. D line I have all 4. Linebackers I have all 3. Okay. The middle of my secondary is going to be super exposed because neither of these guys is what you would call a free safety. They're both strong safeties, like to play on the line, but I think he's the next best available safety, and that's Adrian Amos.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. probably should go tight end now. And I will go with Eric Ebron.
Okay. That's who I was going to take as my second tight end.
Oh.
So you got me still in there. So I'm going to stay young at the cornerback position here. I just want to make sure that they actually did take him, because I'm pretty sure they did. Come on. But Minnesota, I believe, drafted Mackenzie Alexander.
They did.
That's where I'm going to go with my third corner.
Okay. Another guy I didn't have on my board.
Well, hey, you said we're running this team for a couple years, so
all right.
I'm going off of potential.
I just had a lot of guys ranked over him.
Yeah.
I will go defensive back as well. And I'm deciding right now who. Okay. All right. I think I can keep Glover Quinn at safety. I'm going to move him around still.
Yeah, yep.
But I really like this guy because he's an energizer bunny.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who can also play on special teams, maybe as a return man.
Yep.
And he can guard the slot, and that's Captain Munnerlin.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to take a guy who will be able to compete with Khalil if he continues to struggle at left tackle, and that is who will eventually be the left tackle for Aaron Rodgers, and that's Jason Spriggs.
Jason Spriggs. Okay. Okay. All right. Wide receiver, I'm going to go Marvin Jones.
Okay. Okay, as my second tight end, I would like to take Richard Rodgers.
Okay.
Have two big, huge, massive tight ends for Rodgers to throw to.
Okie dokie. All right, so. All right, I'm going to go with another defensive back that can pretty much play anywhere on the field, Micah Hyde.
Okay. He's still there with Green Bay? Didn't he sign somewhere?
Micah Hyde?
Yeah.
He's definitely still there.
Oh, okay. Who was the one that just signed with San Diego?
Kesey Hayward.
Oh, Hayward. That's who I was thinking. Okay. That's what I was thinking of.
I hope the Packers don't get rid of Hyde.
All right, I'm going to take, in case McPhee ends up having to go to the defensive line, I'm going to grab an extra outside linebacker just in case. Another guy, high potential, Kyle Van Noy.
All right. Man, I got 5 receivers already. What the heck? All right. I should probably go for another offensive lineman. And I'm going to pick a guy that can play both at tackle and guard, Laken Tomlinson.
Good pick. I like him. I'm going to take a guy, same thing, depth on the O-line is a plus, especially when you have a quarterback that needs to stay healthy. But another guy who can sit and learn behind the two best guards, I'm going to take Cody Whitehair.
Fun fact, he does not have white hair.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
Did you Mel Kiper analyze that?
I'm better than Mel Kiper.
Okay.
That's just... All right. Okay. I'm going to pick another defensive lineman, and I'm going to go Kenny Clark.
Okay. I was actually thinking about staying along the same lines there and going with another rookie, Jonathan Bullard.
All right. Okay. All right. I am going... Teddy needs a good backup. He runs around a lot, so he could get hurt. So I'm going to go Matt Stafford.
Yep.
Hey, you still got a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, Rodgers' boy.
I wasn't gonna go with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, to take another backup. To have a backup quarterback. Another emotional guy, we should say. Mr. Cutler himself will be the backup for Aaron Rodgers.
All right. For my 7th offensive lineman, I'm gonna go Andre Smith.
Okay.
Good thing I don't have his contract either. That's a lot of money for a backup. See, this is what it's like to build a team.
I know.
Except you get a lot of choices.
Yeah. Not just searching through 4 teams.
Yeah, good group of people.
See what they get 2 minutes though at the draft. You're already all over me.
Yeah, but most of these guys are already proven.
Yeah, no, I know.
You're only competing against one other person.
Hey, I'm just trying to put the best team together.
Okay. This is just hypothetical too.
No, I know. All
right.
Let me see here. You took Darius Slay, right?
I did.
Okay.
How's your day, Ben?
Pretty good so far.
Good.
I'm gonna take his counterpart and go with Rasheed Mathis.
I think he's retired.
Did he announce his retirement?
Yeah.
Because I know that's why. Okay, so I just want to clear this up because I'm not sure if he did or not.
Yes.
Because I've been looking at Chad Greenway this whole time as well.
He re-signed with the Vikings.
He did resign.
Yes.
But because he announced his retirement. I just couldn't remember if it was after this upcoming season.
Let me check, because I'm pretty sure he's...
Because I've been watching him this whole time, and you haven't taken him. But I just wanted... I wasn't sure exactly...
I'm like 98% he's still...
Okay.
Yeah. He said this was going to be his last year.
This next year was going to be his last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, is that who you're going to go with?
No. No, I want to make sure that this guy is the guy that I think he is. And it looks like he is. Yeah, I'm gonna take. He's a corner, but he's gonna be more so my return guy, and that's Marcus Sherrills.
Okay.
Special team stud.
All right. Man.
Yeah, it's getting down there, isn't it?
I know.
It's.
All right. I was thinking of picking this guy later rather than sooner, but Mike Daniels, he is my team captain.
Okay.
But he needs a co-captain.
Okay.
On the defense.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson's captain on the offense. Co-captain on the defense is Julius Peppers.
All right.
And he can teach Leonard Floyd a thing or two. So.
I'm gonna stay with. I'm gonna go with another corner.
Oh my god! You have 5 corners right now.
I'm at 5 already.
You're at 5.
Not including safeties, just 5 corners.
5 corners.
Oh, then never mind.
Okay.
Never mind then. I do need some help at safety. Just want to check one thing on.
All right.
Yeah, this is who I thought it was. I'm gonna take Tavon Wilson.
Tavon. Oh, a corner.
Safety.
All right. I didn't have him on my board. All right. I'm gonna pick another corner. I'm gonna go Xavier Rhodes.
Okay. That's what I was gonna take.
Okay. And this will be your 34th pick.
Holy cow.
No, I'm sorry. 39th pick.
I was gonna say we're getting down there, man. There's whew. I'm gonna go with.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Nothing.
Um. Man, like, wow, this is getting insane now. Now that we're all the way down. Yeah, I'm gonna go with another backup along the offensive line, Brandon Fosco.
All right. Okay. Who was I gonna pick? Oh. All right. For my third inside linebacker, I'm gonna pick Jarrell Freeman.
Okay.
All right. Doing research over here.
Yeah, can you tell me what I have?
Who? What?
Or, like, how many I have at certain, at
Sure.
positions?
So you have 2 at quarterback, 2 at running back, 3 at receiver, 2 at tight ends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 at offensive line.
Okay.
Now mine is a little different because obviously I sorted mine like 3, 4, but
Right.
Trying to figure out. You have like 3 defensive tackles
Okay.
in a 4-3.
Yep.
And if you want McPhee to play outside linebacker, you have 2 defensive ends.
2 defensive ends. Okay.
And then like 4 outside linebackers,
That sounds right.
and then 1 middle linebacker if you consider Kendricks to be middle.
Yeah, Kendricks, and then I took Jake Ryan.
Is Jake Ryan going to be inside or
Yeah,
outside?
yeah, inside.
Oh, inside. Okay, then you have 3
outside
outside,
linebacker.
2
Okay.
inside.
Okay.
1, 2, 5 corners, and 3 safeties.
Okay. That's what I was looking for. Finish out. I'm just gonna finish out my offense line, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go with Graham Glasgow, the
All right.
rookie center from the Detroit Lions.
Okay. Oh man, I really don't want to pick 7 receivers. So I got to decide on one.
Hey,
last
Teddy
time.
Bridgewater needs those weapons.
I know, but I did a whole rant about the Packers having 7.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that myself.
Okay.
It's just there's a couple guys I like on that list. All right, I'll wait for receiver. And I'm gonna pick. Who should I pick? I'm gonna pick Akeem Hicks.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a guy who's already a backup, but a very solid backup, just as a pass rusher. Daniel Hunter, the defensive end from the Minnesota Vikings,
Huh. Okay.
as my third defensive end. 6 sacks as backup last year.
Okay. All right. I said I wanted to go with 4 running backs. This guy comes up in the clutch. He's a hard worker. Seems like whenever his team needed a crucial play on 3rd down.
I'm guessing this is a fullback?
No,
Okay.
Theo Riddick.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Theo Riddick?
Yeah.
Or is
Theo
it-
Riddick. He's the
Okay.
running back for the Lions.
I know his last name's Riddick. I get it mixed up with Louis Riddick
yeah.
from.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember, you got to save room for special teams.
Yeah. That's a great idea. I will take who I think's. I mean, I guess the best. I would say the best kicker, Robbie Gould.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with another tight end here.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick Jared Cook.
Okay. Yeah, you took who I wanted at tight end. In Ebron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Well, no, he was the top one on my board. So.
Oh, was he?
And after you picked Rudolph, I'm like, okay, I can take my time now.
Yeah. Do we need another safety yet? You said I have 3 safeties, right?
Yes.
Okay. Man. Now, what round are we in? Wow.
We are in round number 43.
I still need... I have 2 inside linebackers and 3 outside, you said, right?
I can't remember.
Okay. Because if I need another outside, I'm going to take Christian Jones.
Christian Jones.
Yep.
All right. All right. I'm picking another safety. I already picked 3 safeties, but this guy will be my starting strong safety, Morgan Burnett.
I was going to take him, but I'm just... His cover skills to me just...
He's a strong safety.
I know. I already have 2 guys that play like that.
I got Clinton Dix and Glover Quinn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Glover Quinn is by far the best cover safety in the division. By far. Yeah. Do you know what round we're on? Did I ask you that?
You did. Okay. We are in round 44.
Who is Detroit? Where's that? I'm gonna take Sam Martin.
Sam Martin?
Yeah.
Is that an offensive lineman?
The punter for the Lions.
Oh, the punter. Oh, okay. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna pick him.
No, I know. Well, you said we need a special team, so
that's true. Okay, I am going to pick Quentin Rollins.
Okay.
Gotta have a good secondary.
Man, he's really bad. Whew. I feel bad for Detroit. Stephen Ridley. Ugh, he's bad.
You're not picking him, are you?
No, I was just looking at his stats and guess I didn't realize how bad he really was. I mean, he's in the NFL, so he can't be too bad. But,
yeah.
But, I am going to go with oh my goodness, what am I doing here? I have no clue.
Alright.
I have no clue what I'm doing here.
Yeah, pick someone.
Yeah, I know. We're all the way down at the end. I'm just trying to find some good guys that are some quality depth here. He doesn't play a whole lot either. I'm gonna take probably what looks like a rookie safety here, Miles Kilbrew from the Lions.
Okay. Safety.
He's safety.
All right.
That should give me 4 safeties, right?
Yes. All right. I'm going to pick Blake Martinez.
Okay. As my other, you always need those key special team guys. So I'm gonna go with another guy who has made a big name off of special teams, and that's Joshua Bellamy. He's probably not on your list.
All right. Speaking of special teams, I need a kick returner. And I'm gonna pick Cordero Patterson.
All right.
And I just passed on another really good special teamer. So
I got 2 returners.
no, I'm not saying
Shells, too.
returners, just a solid special teamer.
Let's go with you know what? I'm going to take a 3rd inside linebacker. Just as a depth spot.
Okay.
Because he was a late round pick, and I think he's got potential.
Okay.
And that is Control Brothers.
All right.
He was drafted by the Vikings.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Larry Warford.
Okay. Yep, guard from the Lions, right?
Yep.
Let's see here. How many picks are we down to?
This will be pick number 48 out of 56.
Okay. I'm gonna take. How many tight ends do I have?
You have 2.
Okay, I'm gonna take. Let me see. Just I can't quit. Come on. But it looks like I'm gonna take. Yeah, just as a blocker, I'm gonna take Rhett Ellison.
All right.
Joel Stave's still on the board. If you're interested.
All right. I'll pick Mike Pennell.
Okay. Is he going to be starting this year with?
Well, he's suspended 4 games.
He's the one that's Guyon's not suspended.
Guyon is not suspended.
Okay. Because I would assume Guyon was the one that got suspended for the situation, but okay, Pennell's the one that's suspended. Okay. I have 5 wide receivers, correct?
You have 3 receivers.
3 receivers.
Or is Bellamy a receiver?
Yeah.
Then you have 4.
Okay. You took Marvin Jones, right? Not TJ?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Oh, this goes against everything that I believe in, so please do not hold this against me.
All right.
He's a special teams guy, too. So if I need it, I'm going to take Jeff Janis.
There you go. That's a good pick.
Ugh.
I don't see why you don't like Jeff Janis, but
I don't believe in the hype that comes from the Packer fans about Jeff Janis.
All right. Well, I'm sure if you lived in Chicago, you'd be getting hype from other Bears players that other people don't believe in. So.
Like Kevin White that I don't believe in. Yeah, that's
right.
going on too.
I'm gonna go with solely based on potential. I'm gonna go Brett Hundley.
Okay. When you said this solely based on potential, I assumed that you were going to take the guy that I was hoping to take.
Okay.
I don't know if he's on your board, but to fill out would give me 5 wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to pray that Norv Turner can work his magic with this wide receiver. And I don't know how to pronounce this name. Moritz Boehringer, the kid from Germany, that was just an athletic specimen. I'm going to take a shot on this kid because I think this is the part. This is the time when he takes.
Speaking of hype, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with my long snapper. I'm gonna go Don Mulbach.
Okay. Is he the best one in the?
He's been the Lions' long snapper for like 15 years.
Okay.
So
All right.
I would say so. And that was round 50, so we got 6 picks left.
All right. Let me see here. I know nothing about long snappers, but since they seem to do a fairly good job in the kicking game, I will take Brett Good, who is the Green Bay.
He is a free agent.
Oh, he's not on the team?
Correct.
All right, well then, that's not happening. Oh, he's an unrestricted free agent. There it is. Man. You know what? I'm just going to go with, since we do need a long snapper, I'm going to take Patrick Scales, who is Chicago's.
All right. All right. At this point, I'm just drafting free special teams guys, and I will go with Aaron Ripkowski.
Okay. He's a fullback, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Let's see here. Where is... Oh, there it is.
All right.
I am going to take a shot, since I already have 2 starters. I'm going to take a shot on Jake Rudock as a 3rd-string rookie quarterback.
Who?
Jake Rudock. He was drafted by the Lions out of Michigan.
Okay. Passing on Hoyer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 starting quarterbacks already, so.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna pick J. Ron Elliott. You got 4 picks left.
Yep. I'm going to take a guy that nobody of us surprisingly has taken, I guess. I don't know if it's surprisingly or not. But just as a depth spot, I have a ton of them already. But I'm going to take Tracy Porter.
Okay. All right. For my kicker, I will pick Mason Crosby.
Okay. Just kind of going through, see if I can find some names of guys who we surpassed here. Jeff Schwartz is with Detroit. That's interesting. Did not know that. My apologies. I did not prepare for this like you did, Ben. My deepest regrets. Oh, hey, Dayton Jones is still out there for you. Let's see. I have 3 running backs, right?
You have 2.
All right. We'll go on a bit of a reach here. I thought he was going to actually get some playing time last year. He did not. But he's a bull. I'm going to go with John Crockett
Crockett, all right.
as my 3rd running back.
Okay. For my punter, I will go Jeff Locke.
Okay. That's a good pick. I was thinking about him too. Is this the last pick?
No, we have 3 picks left.
3 picks left? Okay.
Or maybe 2.
I will take.
Track.
I think
we have 2 picks left.
2 picks left.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a 4th running back right away, just in case for whatever reason we'll move Crockett to special teams. I'm gonna go with Matt Asiata.
Right. After you gave me crap for drafting 4 running backs.
Yep.
All right.
I'll join you.
Okay. All right. For my defensive coordinator, I need one of the smartest defensive minds in the NFL of all time, Dom Capers.
How's that been working out for Green Bay?
I think it's been working out very well.
Have you? Even though they're...
I mean, they won a Super Bowl with him at defensive coordinator.
That's true.
Not many people do that.
No, that is true.
All right, last pick.
Can I pick myself?
Are you on one of the NFC North teams?
I can go check the front roster page, but I doubt it. Man, Ben, can you see how many receivers I have?
You have 5.
All right. I'm going to go with 6 here, and I'm going to join you at 6 wide receivers.
Okay.
If you took them, I deeply apologize. This old age gets to me sometimes. Eddie Royal.
Okay. All right, and with the last pick of the NFC North draft, WTS draft, I will pick tight ends Michael Pruitt.
All right.
All right. Well, that is it. That is our draft.
That is our draft.
How do you think your team will fare? And if you want to look at
Yeah, if I could.
the rosters.
I mean, realistically speaking, I think when I do drafts like this, because sometimes on video games I'll do the fantasy drafts or whatever, and I always catch myself once I get those stud names out of the way. I always end up drafting guys who may not have the overall resume or be overall right there right now.
Yeah.
And I always end up drafting for potential, and I think in some spots I'm very top heavy, and then it's a lot of questions.
Sure.
So. But I mean, like you said, if it's a couple of years, I think there's a chance this team would be down the road pretty legit.
A big problem for me in this was kind of like what you said, performance versus potential.
Right.
And, in a lot of drafts like this, you're not going to see players like Morgan Burnett and Julius Peppers available so late.
Right.
And problem I had, especially like I said with potential, was receiver.
Yeah.
Because I had Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, he's shown that he can play well.
Right.
But then it was Treadwell, Kevin White, and Diggs.
Right.
3 guys who still have a big question mark just because they haven't played much. So, and I have some pretty good outside linebackers. Clay Matthews, Barr, Floyd, Peppers, and Jaron Elliott, who, I mean, I might just say it because I'm a Packers fan, but he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. So, do you want to do top 10 receivers?
Yeah. If you
All right.
got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yep. So no honorable mentions. Start at 10, right?
Yes, and I'll go first since you went first last time.
Okay.
Let me look for... it's in here somewhere. All right. Number 10.
Yep.
This guy is pretty awesome.
Okay.
I must admit, if he was on a better team, and if he played a little longer, he'd be a lot higher on this list,
Yeah.
and that's Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
He's
about
awesome.
Calvin?
I mean, he's a fantastic receiver, and I considered other guys, some that also played very soon, or recently, but to me, this guy, just based on talent alone, I put him at 10.
Yeah, my number 10 also just recently retired. Played on an awful team. Calvin Johnson as well.
All right.
At number 10 for the same reason. I don't remember if when we talked about making this list that he had announced his retirement yet, but
I don't think he did at this point. There were talks.
right.
Of it.
But yeah, I mean, this is a guy that if he would have, I mean, just another year alone, probably would have boosted himself a couple of numbers up this list. You know, he's at over 11,000 yards already. You know, over 80 touchdowns. Just another Calvin Johnson year of, 1,210 moves him up, pretty high.
All right. Number 9. This guy does not get enough credit where credit is due. Some people don't even consider him to be the best receiver of the team he played for. But I think he is. And at number 9, I have John Stallworth.
Okay.
Of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Man, he was good. He really was Terry Bradshaw's number 1 target. He may have been the best player in that Steelers offense. Everybody talks about the defense, obviously, but I think John Stallworth was he may have been the best receiver of the 70s.
Okay. I'm gonna not the same guy, but similar situation where, I mean, his numbers speak for themselves, but because he had such another incredible player.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, did I even put him on? I did not put him on my honorable mention, but had an incredible career for himself. Might not have been considered the best player on his team, but this guy played as a part of the greatest show on turf, and that's Isaac Bruce.
Okay.
I have at number 9. Catches, yards, touchdowns. He's all within the top 10 all time. So number 9, just kind of where he fell for me.
Nice. Number 8. This guy, all I'll say is this guy is as good as a receiver as he is as bad as a football analyst. Michael Irvin.
Okay.
He was fantastic. Again, may have been the best receiver on that Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
Guys like Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman. Obviously, it's debatable, but Michael Irvin was fantastic.
Yeah. My number 8, I don't think he retired, but he did play last year. And this is the epitome
I think I know.
of a great player playing for a bad team, and that's Andre Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Andre Johnson has had an incredible career. To say some of the quarterbacks as he's had to endure.
David Carr.
You're almost talking Calvin Johnson, similar situation with Andre Johnson and Calvin Johnson, but Andre Johnson to me has been one of my favorite wide receivers ever since he's been in the league.
Yeah. Definitely shout out to Andre Johnson, great player.
Yeah.
I don't think he's officially retired yet.
Right.
Number 7. So in the 60s, there was a new craze, not the NFL, but the AFL.
No.
The AFL was known for its great passing attack. And this guy was really the face of the AFL, and that was Lance Allworth.
Okay.
I think they called him Bambi.
I think so.
That was his nickname. And I would love to see Lance Allworth play today, because I think he could have been almost like a Wes Welker type of guy, Julian Edelman, kind of something like that. And I mean, he's exciting. He's an exciting player, definitely a deep threat. I like Lance Allworth. So
I will say, from the common trend that seems to be coming, a lot of old school guys on your list so far compared to mine. And for me, I've tend to go a lot of newer guys. And I'm going to keep that trend as you went in your direction. My number 7 is still playing. That's Larry Fitzgerald.
All right.
He will be top 10 in receptions, yards, touchdowns when he retires. The only thing he's missing is a Super Bowl ring. But, I mean, Larry Fitzgerald is the epitome of consistency at the wide receiver position.
My number 6 is also Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite players in the league right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were kind of talking about it, you know, his character is so great, you know, him going back to graduate.
Yep.
I mean, when he goes on all those USO tours and stuff, but that's not why I picked him here. I picked him because he's an amazing receiver. And I think he was the reason why Kurt Warner kind of had a second coming with Arizona. And
now Carson Palmer.
That's very true. You know, as long as it doesn't affect the Packers too much, I hope Larry Fitzgerald can retire with the Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. My number 6 is a guy, I mean, I don't want to say that he doesn't get the credit where credit is due, but a lot of people don't consider him to be as good as what his numbers show, and my number 6 is Tim Brown for the Oakland Raiders. I mean, his numbers speak for themselves. 5th all-time reception, 6th all-time for yards, 8th all-time for touchdowns. Again, the only fault, no Super Bowls, but I mean, all the accolades are there, but for whatever reason, people just don't consider Tim Brown to be an elite, great all-time wide receiver when you bring up the conversation of who is the greatest wide receiver of all time.
All right, number 5, cracking my top 5, is a guy that really the one thing he loves the most is himself, and that's Terrell Owens.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I don't really like Terrell Owens as a person. I think he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
He's just that way as a person, but man, he's a really good receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, he is amazing.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, obviously he played mostly with San Francisco, and especially towards the end of the years with Dallas.
Yep.
But I remember him mostly in Philly.
Yeah.
And, you know...
Was that around the time that you really started to get into sports?
No. I was into it before that.
Okay.
But, man, I remember... I watched a lot of Philly games that year, but he was unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
There's 2 things that I will always remember about Terrell Owens, who's my number 5 as well.
Okay.
The first one is the catch against Green Bay in the playoffs. Where he split the 2 defenders in the end zone.
See, I was a little too young there.
I will always remember that. But then the second one, and I'm glad you brought up Philly, because he broke his tibia or his fibia in the playoff, and they said he's done.
Yep.
And he came back in the Super Bowl on one leg, and he torched the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Granted, the Patriots still won that game, but Terrell Owens played his tail off in that game, and I believe he had something like double-digit catches and 100-plus yards as he's hobbling across the field because he can't put pressure on that leg. And I mean, despite how much he loves himself, Terrell Owens was...
That's my favorite memory of him, sure.
Terrell Owens was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Number 4, another guy who's maybe a little bit full of himself. A lot of receivers are.
Yes.
He's got the best hands probably of all time, and that's Chris Carter. I mean, what else can I say about him? And I think How many years did he have to wait for the Hall of Fame? Something
I think
like six extra years.
Something like
that. But it's
that.
ridiculous. He should have been first ballot.
Yeah, and we talk about guys who won't get first ballot, like Terrell Owens didn't get first ballot.
Yeah.
And it comes back to the media voting guys who they like.
Yep.
And Chris Carter, who's my number 4 as well.
Okay.
So we can just
nice.
Chris Carter revolutionized the sideline catch. I mean, that's what he was known for, was reaching the hands out, tippy-toeing the sideline, boom, you're in, you keep it moving. And he caught touchdown passes. That's just what he did. But it went back to his days in Philly, where he was in trouble all the time, and Philly just moved on from him. That I think cost him that first-round ballot in the Hall of Fame, which is absolutely ridiculous. Because, I mean, we agree he's a top 5 receiver of all time, and you can't justify making him a first ballot Hall of Famer. Come on.
All right, number 3. I guarantee you that neither you have watched him live.
Okay.
But I think if we had, our mouths would be wide open, and we just say, "Oh my goodness, I can die now." Don Hutson.
Okay.
Probably the greatest Green Bay Packer of all time. One of the reasons why the Green Bay Packers are our team right now.
Yeah.
Because when this guy played in the 40s, nobody stood a chance.
Right.
Nobody stood a chance, and had every receiving record until Jerry Rice and Steve Largent broke some of them. But amazing player. I wish we could have watched him play. But just based on the information we have, I put him at number 3.
Yeah, my number 3 is different than yours, but just to what you were saying.
Okay.
I had a conversation the other day with one of Chuck's friends where we were talking about like these lists that we're doing for our show, and I was explaining to him why we're doing it and whatnot. And the one thing that he brought up was, he's like, I can tell you how great players are that I have seen. He's like, and we were talking basketball specifically in this case. He's like, now, granted, if I gave you my top 10, he's like, of course I'm going to put, a Bill Russell and a Wilt Chamberlain. He's like, but I can never appreciate how good they really are because I didn't see them. Yeah. And for me, that was the only reason Don Hutson was not on my list.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen him play, and it's hard for me to say, well, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. But my number 3, I have seen play. I'm surprised that he did get into the Hall of Fame. And I believe this was his first year or second year. He got in before Chris Carter did, and that's Marvin Harrison. And he was toting guns. I mean, almost possibly killed somebody. Marvin Harrison may get a lot of credit because of who he played with Peyton Manning. Most of his career was with Peyton Manning. But I mean, I remember watching Marvin Harrison with the young Colts team, and that was eye-opening to me for the wide receiver position. I was just coming into my own as a sports fan, around 12, 13. Sure. And Marvin Harrison was that dude in the day. Just some of the catches that he made were incredible. And he's almost top 5 everything, receptions, yards, and touchdowns. But yeah, number 3, I think, was a good spot for him.
Who was your number 4?
Chris Carter.
Okay. So we're 6, 5, and 4.
I imagine we both have the same number 1 and 2.
Okay, so I'm just going to go 2 and 1 right away. My number 2 is Randy Moss.
Yep.
Pretty much awesome player. Another guy that's full of himself.
Yep.
But, really when he came onto the scene as a rookie, kind of what Adrian Peterson did with the Vikings, Randy Moss did the same with the Vikings, is he tore up anybody he went against. And did it his entire career with Minnesota. Kind of fell off the map a little bit with Oakland and then New England, who, definitely the best quarterback he ever played with, Tom Brady. Right. They just proved that, you can't do anything to stop them when they're together, and it just showed that how great of a receiver Randy Moss was. And he was in his 30s then, too. Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah. And my number 1 is Jerry Rice. It's to me, Jerry Rice did it, and he did it for a long time. Yeah. If you can't say with the 49ers, oh, well, he had Joe Montana. That didn't really matter.
And Steve Young.
Yeah. You're right. And Rich Gannon. Yeah. One of these don't belong.
Yeah.
But Jerry, yeah, I mean he to me he is the best.
Yeah.
And it disappointed me when I heard that he played with Stickum or whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of disappointed me a little bit. But to me, Jerry Rice is the best receiver in the NFL
Okay.
of all time.
I'm going to go backwards on this.
Okay.
Just because I want to explain a little bit, a little
Okay.
scenario here. So Jerry Rice I have at number one,
All right.
obviously. The greatest receiver of all time. For how long he did it and what he was able to do.
Okay.
Number two, I have at Randy Moss. Now, to me, this is the hardest debate that I've had.
Yeah.
If Randy Moss won one Super Bowl, if the Patriots beat the Giants, Randy Moss is number one to me.
How about if the 49ers beat the Ravens?
Even then,
Really?
it doesn't matter because to me, Randy Moss is the most dangerous wide receiver we have ever seen step on a football field. 6'4", 4'3", huge vert, catches everything, super big radius. He's nimble and he can do the toe tap in the end zone. He was the most dangerous weapon on the outside that we have ever seen in the NFL to me. Jerry Rice was a great route runner. He knew how to run routes, create separation, things like that to his advantage. He didn't have the speed that Randy Moss or the size that Moss was blessed with. Moss, to me, that's why I wanted to explain a little bit.
Yeah.
Moss is the greatest.
I agree.
Is the most dangerous weapon in terms of throwing the ball to somebody that I think the NFL has ever
Yeah.
seen. It's just the fact that he could never, as good as he was, he could never get that over that hump with anybody, even with that Patriots team that was destined, for greatness and breaking the 72 Dolphins as the undefeated team and wins and all that. They couldn't get it done. And that's not all on him, but Jerry Rice, 3-time Super Bowl champ. 3 Super Bowl rings will always trump 0. And I think if you take Randy Moss's stats, his per season averages and put them out over 22 years, I think, he surpasses Jerry Rice in every statistical category because Randy Moss didn't play as long. But we don't have that luxury to do that, which then puts Randy Moss at number 2.
All right. Here's the difference between Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, in my opinion. If you want to make it really simple.
No.
Randy Moss, like you said, most dangerous receiver of all time. I agree. But I feel like those are just natural abilities.
Yeah.
With Jerry Rice, he worked so
Right.
hard
And that's what I was
he
saying.
got.
Right. He didn't have the
Yeah,
gifts.
and you did, yeah. So, to me, that's why Jerry Rice is number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I for the longest time, I guess maybe as a young, stubborn sports fan, and it was because I grew up watching, Moss.
Sure.
And then I had a Randy Moss jersey. I loved Randy Moss. For the longest time, I sold myself that Randy Moss is the best wide receiver we've ever seen. This was, right towards that Patriots year where he broke, the touchdowns record and whatnot. And I think at that time, a lot of people were considering the possibility of him being the greatest receiver of all time. But then just the way that he fell off and no Super Bowls and just kind of going from this huge star to a nothing. Whereas Jerry Rice was still, Jerry Rice almost did the same thing, but he was still productive in Oakland. Then he had the years with Seattle and Denver that we don't want to talk about. But, that's still 20 years of great football play.
Yeah. Who are some of your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions, the first one I had, and I had a hard time leaving him off this list, was Reggie Wayne.
Okay.
I think he's phenomenal. I think my second one, if he keeps playing at the way that he's playing, could be, and maybe if you want to say this is biased or whatnot, Brandon Marshall is on my honorable mention list. Don Maynard, Don Hudson, Andre Reed, Lynn Swann, and I think one guy that everybody forgets about is Jimmy Smith from the Jaguars.
Okay.
And another one I left off. I brought up Torrey Holt was another phenomenal wide receiver.
All right. My number 11 was Andre Johnson. My number 12 was Steve Largent.
Okay.
Then a couple other guys. Yeah, Torrey Holt, Hines Ward,
Yeah, I just thought, you can't go.
Raymond Berry. Marvin Harrison. Another guy, Fred Bolitnikoff.
Yeah, another great wide receiver we never got to see play.
Yeah. A couple of people sprinkled here and there. But yeah, man, so I had trouble with this, and now trouble coming up with an answer for this, but since you kind of addressed it, why do you think Isaac Bruce is a better receiver than Torrey Holt? Or just how do you differentiate the two? Because they both had fantastic careers. Right. Really, Torrey Holt came in while Isaac Bruce was really in his prime.
Right.
They both had long careers. Why Isaac Bruce than Torrey Holt?
Because if I believe this to be correct, I just want to make sure that I have my stuff here. But Isaac Bruce was able to get big. Torrey Holt, I don't want to say he was a product of it, but Isaac Bruce was phenomenal before the greatest show on turf.
Okay.
And to me,
yeah, he was.
That's the difference, is that he was able to, that's why I said hurts Marvin Harrison in some retrospects. The fact that he played with Peyton Manning, and anybody that plays with another great player is going to be docked for that, because they can say, well, he was great because of the other person, or vice versa. You know what I mean? But Isaac Bruce was able to be successful before Torrey Holt, before Marshall Faulk, before Kurt Warner, before all that magic was put together. Isaac Bruce was doing it.
I think they were both successful without Kurt Warner.
Right.
Bruce did it before. Right. Holt did it after.
Yeah, with Mark Bulger.
Yes.
Right. And that's why it is very hard for me to leave Torrey Holt off. I loved Torrey Holt. With the Rams, and then he went on to play with the Patriots for a little while.
Jaguars.
Yep. I mean, I love Torrey Holt, but again, it's because no fault of Torrey Holt, but he came in as the greatest show on turf was really getting started.
Yeah.
And Isaac Bruce had already been there, done that.
All right. That's a very good explanation. Because I had trouble. Ranking it.
Right.
But yeah. All right. I think that's it for today.
Yeah. Very.
Well, thank you to everyone who listened to this. Hopefully, it wasn't too boring.
But, sorry about the dead spots during the draft there.
All right. Well, congratulations, Richie, on your graduation. That's a big accomplishment. And congratulations to anyone else listening that graduated recently. All right, but that is our show. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to us later for our next shows. Hopefully we'll do one at least once a week around that time. All right, but that is it. All right, see ya. Bye.